Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has restated his administration's commitment to tackling water sanitation challenges in the state. The governor, who was represented by his deputy Obafemi Hamzat, spoke on Wednesday at the 4th edition of the Lagos International Water Conference with the theme Accelerating Sanitation and Hygiene in a Megacity through Regulation and Innovation. This was held in Victoria Island, Lagos. He noted that the megacity status of Lagos and the pace at which its population was growing underscored the urgent need to promote efficiency in the water sector. He also noted that with the projected population of Lagos hitting 40 million by 2050, his government was keen to develop sustainable strategies that would provide safe water sanitation and ensure better hygiene for Lagosians. Also in her speech, the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Water Regulatory Commission, Funke Adepoju, she said a safe water sanitation and hygiene were fundamental to human health. And the Lagos State Waste Management Authority has said it will begin to serve intention to seal notice on homes and properties without waste bins on Lagos Island and mainland from Friday, July 7th. The Executive Director of Finance, Loma Kunle Adebiyi, in a statement said sufficient notice had earlier been given to homeowners to procure standard waste bins for their properties. Adebiyi urged residents of Lagos to cultivate proper environmental habits and support the government in its effort to sustain a cleaner environment. He also added that the notice of intention to seal will serve as a final warning to residents who had yet to procure the bins and maintain proper waste management practices. And the Nigerian Union of Teachers has described Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board's disagreement over Mmesoma Ejikeme's UTME score as disgraceful and embarrassing. The NUT National President, Titles Amba, in an interview with newsmen on Wednesday, said for Mmesoma and other candidates to have access to upgrade and present fake UTME results shows that JAMB had not fully secured its systems and the process of conducting its exam. Amba also called on the government to fund the examination boards in the country so as to prevent such future occurrences. Also speaking, National President Association of Tutorial School Operators, Dotun Shodunke, explained that there were different syndicates online posting advertisements on how they would assist candidates to upgrade their results. And also, in the same development, the House of Representatives on Wednesday resolved to investigate the alleged forgery of the UTME results by Ejikeme Mmesoma. The House passed the resolution during the plenary following the adoption of a motion sponsored by the People's Democratic Party lawmaker from Rivers State, Abiante Awaji Inombek. The embattled 19-year-old Anambra student, Ejikeme, had been in the news following allegations of UTME score forgery by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. Ejikeme claimed to have scored 362 against 249 recorded by JAMB. The lawmakers also asked JAMB to rescind the 3-year ban imposed on the pupil pending the outcome of the investigation. Leading the debate on motion on Wednesday, Abiante said JAMB was ascribing to itself the powers to accuse, investigate, and proffer punishment without giving the opportunity of a fair hearing. The motion was unanimously voted for when it was put to a voice vote by the presiding officer of the House, Benjamin Kalu. The House therefore set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the matter, including other affected results, and report back within 3 weeks. Meanwhile, JAMB said it had discovered the developer of the app used for the manipulation of the 2023 UTME results. The board's spokesperson, Fabian Benjamin, made this known in an interview with newsmen. Benjamin also noted that the developer would lose his admission status in the university where he is currently studying at. And the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, has disclosed that it may be difficult to defeat insurgents, bandits and terrorists in Nigeria without adequate cooperation and regular interaction between commanders and their troops. He therefore charged all commanders in the Nigerian army to always take the welfare of their men very seriously and engage them with words of encouragement as a panacea to the insecurity in the country. The CDs stated this on Wednesday during a lecture and book presentation titled Nigerian Army Participations in ECOMOG Operations and Lessons Learned 1990 to 2003. As part of activities lined up to mark the 160th anniversary of the Nigerian Army held at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan, Oyo State. Earlier in his welcome address, the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Torid Lagbaja, restated the commitment of the Nigerian Army to flush out the activities of insurgents, terrorists and bandits across the length and breadth of the country. And a Delta State High Court sitting in Warri has fixed October 24th for the trial of a suit filed by members of the oil and gas producing communities in the state against two former governors, Emmanuel Udwan and Ifeanyi Okowa. The plaintiffs had gone to court to compel the two former governors to give account of the 13% all derivation funds that accrued to the state during their tenures. Recall that aggrieved members of the oil and gas producing communities in Delta State, led by a renowned human and development advocate, Sheriff Mulade, had recently staged a peaceful protest at the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Abuja, imploring the anti-graft agency to investigate and recover their missing and misappropriated funds back to the Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission to enable the State Commission carry out developmental projects. Sheriff had approached the court seeking the interpretation of Section 162, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution and Section 13, subsection 1 of the Desopadic Law 2006 as amended 2007, 2015, and 2018. Specifically, the plaintiffs are praying the court to direct erstwhile governors to account for over 1.8 trillion naira of the 13% all derivation funds to all producing communities of Delta State during their administration. And the Christian Association of Nigeria has called on the government to investigate the incidents that led to the death of 14 persons from the Salvation Army and the killing and abduction of worshippers of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. The association also called on security agencies to increase their vigilance on places of worship during religious gatherings and provide adequate security measures for worshippers. Recall that no fewer than 14 persons from the Salvation Army, including 12 pastors, a baby, and the driver, were confirmed dead from the road crash that occurred on the bridge across the Ovia River close to Benin City, Edo State. The incident happened as the officers were traveling back to Edo after participating in a 5-day Officers' Council held in Lagos. Also, gunmen in Ogun State on Saturday night had killed the pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Abuleori, Obafemi Owode, before abducting 7 worshippers. And the Nasarawa State government has appealed to members of the Nigerian Medical Association in the state to reconsider their stance on the ongoing strike in the interest of patients in various hospitals across the state. The state NME chairman, Peter Atta, at a press briefing in Lafia, the state capital, on Wednesday, said the association at its meeting on Tuesday had resolved to embark on a 5-day warning strike. He said the strike, which commenced on Wednesday, would end on Monday, July 10, 2023. The association had earlier issued a 21-day strike ultimatum to the state government to meet its demands or face industrial disharmony. The state NME mentioned its demands include the non-implementation of promotion for doctors and annual salary increments, the non-implementation of the minimum wage and consequential adjustment, among others. However, the Deputy Governor of the state, Emmanuel Akabe, while speaking to newsmen in Lafayette, appealed to the striking doctors to call off the strike.